What's happening? What's happening? So to my subscribers and stuff, man, shout out to you, man. Much love to you. I be thinking that y'all don't mess with a brother, cause sometimes my video numbers and stuff, they don't be looking the way they supposed to be looking, etc. But I dropped this video the other day talking about the Reebok Answer 4s. So I got this pair and I said a little story about these came out my senior year. I got kicked off the basketball team and stuff. And a few people asked me like, what happened? I want to hear about your basketball career and stuff. And will you answer me now, or is this a story time type thing? Like, cause I have did my little story times a few times on the channel, like just telling the story about my past or something like that. And so it's a story time situation. This is a story time situation right here. So we gotta roll back to the beginning. Where did my love of basketball come from? How good was I? What happened? Etc. 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 So I'm not gonna lie, like I watch like certain videos and they have like these kids and they like 8 years old and they doing all kinds of stuff. They would have smoked my boots. They would have tore my ass up. Pause. When I was younger, like youth, like I wasn't really into too many sports and stuff like that. Like maybe I was used to like watching, but I'm old. So I was watching like Mike Tyson in his prime, like watching Mike Tyson, Roy Jones, well, I ain't gonna say Roy Jones, that was kind of when I was older, but like Mike Tyson definitely in the 80s. I was into like Hulk Hogan and stuff like that, like Ninja Turtles, and I was collecting comic books and I was drawing. That was my thing at that time. So I was garbage. I was hot garbage. I didn't really pay attention to start like messing with basketball until like 6th grade. 6th grade, the way our schools in my area was kindergarten through 5th was elementary. 6th grade through 12th grade in my school, it was all in Gaydon High School, but it was like middle school. My school was shaped like an L, kind of like that. So this part of the hallway is 6 through 8, and then this side of it is 9 through 12. So it was a very small school. There were like maybe 300 students or something like that, like in that area. My graduating class is like 30 some people. But anyways, like so 6th grade, I wasn't too much into basketball. What happened at my time, they didn't let 6th graders play ball. They only let you play like 7th and 8th grade. They let you play ball. So they didn't let you play in 6th grade. But what happened, I broke my arm that year. And at that time in PE, they were playing basketball and stuff. And like, I don't know, I guess it's the fact that I couldn't play and I just fell in love with it. I just fell in love with it. And it was a bicycle incident. I was on the handlebars. Somebody was overzealous, riding crazy. My foot hit the spoke, fell, broke my arm. So that's that story. But I couldn't play ball, man, because my arm was broke. I was in a cast. Like my arm did like this, like it made an L. But broke it. It started healing and stuff with my cast, and I was just shooting and stuff. And then like my cousins, and then we always had like little hood goals and stuff, like in the yard. Like we would play until the grass was gone and it was just dirt. So that was the beginning right there. And they had a yard right there. They had another yard across where the bigger kids would play. That was Mr. Johnny, rest in peace. Like he had a concrete slab and stuff. So we kind of played at my cousin Lance's goal, this small goal, until we graduated up to that one. Then they had a few courts in town and etc. 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 But anyways, back to my basketball playing. And so I got better. Like come 7th grade, I went out for the team, made the team start, and then this and that. I was trash. Like very trash. Like I could do a little something. I had my ability. Like I was fast and this and that. Like I couldn't make nothing. Like I averaged like maybe 1 or 2 points a game. Like they had my first game I ever played. I had like 7 steals or something, and I missed every layup. I missed every fast break layup. Like I had the ability, but I was just I was trash. And then, like later on, like just working on my body, wearing ankle weights. Like I watched the Rebound movie with Earl Manigault, wearing ankle weights and stuff and getting stronger and this and that. And at that time playing, I was like 4'9". So I was very small, was super small. But anyways, so 7th grade, 8th grade, like I wasn't too good. Like 8th grade, I got a little better. But 8th grade, by the time 8th grade, I was decent. I was decent, but they had a new coach, and he didn't like me. He didn't like me. He was named Ward Corville, and he didn't let me play. Like he was a new coach in town. He just didn't let me play. Like there's some white dudes that never played basketball before. He was starting them. He was starting them and stuff. Like one game, it was like in the middle of the season maybe, and I was like, man, I'm not playing. I'm like, these scrubs playing. They not letting me play. And it was like going into halftime, and I was like, man, with 2 minutes left, if they not playing me, I quit. And so I took my jersey off. I walked across the court in the middle of the game. I walked across the court, and I got to the bleachers. I fell on my face. I tripped. I tripped and fell on my face. But so that was one of my most embarrassing moments of my life, because the whole gym was looking at me, and so I was crying and stuff like that. Like I don't know. I'm just talking all my little basketball memories and stuff. The next day, I went to basketball practice, and he let me back on the team. I played him 1-on-1 for my spot on the team. Like I bust his ass, and so then I was starting from then on. Like the rest of that year, we was sorry. We was alright. 9th grade and stuff came. Like 8th grade, the summer after 8th grade, that's when I first started grabbing the rim and stuff. I was like 5'4" probably, and because I caught like one growth spurt in my life. I went to Tennessee on the summertime, and I went from like 4'9" to 5'4". So 9th grade started playing JV, etc. But I was getting bullied. Like I hate to say that, maybe you feel weak and stuff, but like my older cousins played on the team, and like he just gave me hell, man. Before every game, like they gave me wedges and would tear my drawers and stuff. Like literally tear my drawers. Like I had a basketball game where I free balled because I didn't have no drawers. Like they tore my drawers in half, and I told the coaches and them, I'm like, I can't keep doing it. I'm like, man, y'all got to do something about this, and they didn't do nothing about it. So I quit and just worked on my game. And like, I don't know if it was that summer. It probably was the summer after 8th grade. And like, I spent a whole summer, like I didn't have a basketball goal, so I just dribbled under the carport. And like my handles went from not being able to go between the legs and stuff to like Iverson. Like my handles went to, well, it went to from 0 to Kyle Watson. Like my handles was ridiculous. Like my handles still not, but my handles was like I had it on strength. Like so 9th grade, like I've just honed my hood skills. Like just in the hood, like tearing shit up. Like I was becoming a beast. I was becoming a beast. But it's something. 10th grade came along. The team was a bunch of seniors. The team was a bunch of seniors. We were all seniors and stuff. We were good. We ended up winning district. We went to the playoffs and stuff. We won a bunch of tournaments and this and that. Like I was on JV, like shining. Like the way it always been in my school. Like it's not like your ability. Like if you the coldest like freshman or something, like it's rare they're gonna let you play and stuff. Like you could be the sorriest senior white boy, and they'll start you. They had a lot of like white boy, like I'm not to try to be racial or whatever, but they had a lot of white boys that never played basketball in their life and just wanted to get an extra patch on their jacket and would go out their senior year and would start and stuff on the team and would take somebody else's spot. Just because, like, well, that's their senior and stuff. This is their last year. But why they didn't show me that same respect? But anyways, so 10th grade, JV, me and my dog, Courtney Salelli. Like, that was my dog. Like, he was about a year and a half older than me. But, man, like, he was my dog. Like, I used to have issues. Like, I used to always worry about the coaches. That they used to think I was a ball hog and stuff. I wasn't shooting a lot, but I would dribble a lot. Like, cause I always wanted to like break you like 3-4 times. I was like Steve Francis, like I wanted to just keep breaking you. And I didn't like contact. I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, if I went to you and you bumped me, like I would probably stop and come back and stuff. Like I wanted to shake you all the way and then go to the rack and whatever. So he would be like my motivational force, man. Like if I wasn't playing good, it's like he'd be like, do your thing, man. Shoot the rock. So I was cutting up. I was killing in 10th grade, but they would put me in every blue moon, like if the guards got in foul trouble or something, and I would maintain. Like I never tried to go in and like shine. My cousin, he was the one that would give me wedges and stuff, but at the time, like I like looked up to him so much. Like, and he was cold. Like he was about 6 foot and stuff, and like I would come in the game and just handle point guard and give it to him and like let him shoot and stuff. So when I would play. But come 11th grade year, like everybody graduated. They had one starter that was still left. It was the point guard. So I was kind of like at the 2 guard for a little bit. So I couldn't really like do what I wanted to do. It was kind of like his show and stuff. Then they took me out of the starting lineup for like till district, like for whatever. But I was like cold on defense. Like I was like the defensive stopper. Like I used to jump ball. I was 5'4". Speaking 10th grade, that's the first time I ever dunked. 10th grade, I never dunked in the game, except for like in college and intramural basketball. But in high school, I never got a chance to dunk. I tried. I got some technicals for hanging on the rim, trying to catch it off the rim. And every time I tried on the fast break, like I would be there and I would try to do like AI used to do that back in the days. Like he used to kind of like gather himself, and whenever I would gather, they would slam me into the wall. Like literally, I got slammed into the wall and they would get technicals because they was like, because I used to dunk in the layup line and they was like, you're not letting him dunk. So anyways, 11th grade year, district came. Then they started me again. Like I was more of like a defensive stopper. I would play my role, whatever. Fast forward, senior year. So senior year, I had an irregular heartbeat. So I was like 5'6" at the time. I grew a little bit. So had an irregular heartbeat. So that stopped me. And I had a lot of issues at home, man. Like I don't know if my coach knew it or not. Like I had an attitude and stuff. I'm not gonna lie. Like I probably was mean at the time. I know I was mean in class. I was mean. Because every like black friend I had and stuff, like they all with GED. My homeboy Cody used to kind of like keep me motivated. Like he moved to another town. He moved to Abbeville and stuff. So I was kind of like alone. I had a sister. She was sick with cancer. She had cancer of the other adrenal glands and stuff. So she was at St. Jude's Hospital in Tennessee. My mother was back and forth with her. Mostly she was there. So I kind of was like fending for myself. I kind of was alone. So I didn't really have too many people to talk to or something. Like I guess I was just trying to be strong. And then I had like a lot of issues with like, just like, I don't know, like 11th grade year stuff. Like people used to tease me. Like people teased me like, I guess it was I don't know. I was a little pretty nigga, like a little pretty, nigga, I don't know. They used to just hate on me. And so they just hated on me. But, so the senior year, irregular heartbeat, got that together. So came back on the team. That's when I got the answer fours and stuff. Played a few games. In the last game, we played against Kaplan in a tournament. And so I was like, man, look, I was listening to DMX and stuff on the bus. I'm like, man, look, we got to do this, blase, blase. And like, nobody helped me with the press. Like they was running press and trapping and stuff. And I'm trying to break the press. I'm like, you break the press, you get the defense to come at you. Then you pass it along. They advance the ball a little bit. The people, and then you pass your way through the press. So I would pass it to them before the defense could even rotate. They was passing the ball back to me and stuff. I'm like, shot clock almost burning out. Like my turnovers stacking up because I got to try to break the press by myself and stuff. But anyway, like I had a few little punts and stuff. But we ended up losing. I kicked a chair after the game. Man. And my coach was like, it was a new gym. We was playing in Midland. They had just built a new gym and stuff. So I guess they were mad about their stuff. And so he said I was suspended. So I was suspended for the game, for the next game or whatever. So I didn't go there or whatever. whenever you suspended, like from school or something, like you stay home, you not, so I was suspended. I came back whenever my suspension was up. He was waiting for me outside the gym. And so he was like, yeah, I want to talk to you. And we had a vote and this and that. And we don't want you back on the team and stuff. And like the reason why I mentioned like earlier, like maybe he didn't know what I was going through. Like, man, I had a whole sister that was dying and stuff like that. Like, and I had like some internal issues and stuff, just being like the only black in the class and this and that. All my friends was gone. Like, I was just dealing with a lot. Things at home, like I felt I didn't have any parents and stuff. Like parents' night, like 11th grade, like 10th grade, 11th grade, like I didn't have anybody for parents' night. Like I remember I got kicked out the game, like because I didn't have anybody for parents' night, and I was just like I wowed out on somebody, like I threw elbows at them. Like the thing about it, yeah, I had a lot of shit going on, and I'm not gonna paint myself like I was the greatest player in the world, like. I'm like a street ball legend, like people.
I got you.
To this day, like I'm almost 40 years old. Like I'm not almost 40, but I'm up there. I'm closer to 40 than I am to 30. And people will still come get me. Like if somebody hooping or something, they'll get me. We come and get Smooth, cause Smooth is like one of the coldest ballers and stuff. And like so, people know I'm that nigga. I'm that nigga. Like I'm cold, but like, and I was cold back then, but I wasn't like as cold as I should have been, like, in the games. Like, cause I would only take, like, at the most, like, 7 shots a game. Like, I wouldn't shoot a lot because the coaches thought I was a ball hog. And anytime, like, if I shot and I missed, like, they was, like, it was visible, like, frustration, be mad and stuff. Like, he just didn't like a small point guard trying to kind of do his thing. So, that weighed on me. And then now that we have mental issue things and stuff, like now I realized that I had bad anxiety. Man, I had to piss like 6 times before the game, like every game and stuff. Like I'd be so nervous. But then once like I kind of got into it, like if I hit my first shot or something, then I was good. But that's things I was going through. And then my mother, like when I got kicked off the team, like I told her to talk to him. She called and she was like, my son not a thug and stuff. He don't need your basketball team. I was like, what? So that was the end of my basketball career, pretty much. Like I only played like 4 games my senior year. Got kicked off. I ended up trying to go to McNeese University. I tried to go walk on to the team. There was no tryouts, so I ended up playing intramural basketball. We won the championship that year, my first year, but I was like on the cameras running out of juice. But I tried to go walk on. And they didn't have blase. I said that we won the championship my first year, but it was a stacked team. I didn't get a lot of play time. I did get a dunk and stuff, and I almost dunked on somebody like nasty, like how AI dunked on Marcus Camby. It was just like that, except for the ball bounced off and bounced out. But anyways, next year, I had academic probation my freshman year. Because whenever finals came, I was going back and forth on the weekends with some people from town, some white boys. When finals came, I was back home. They left me home and didn't bring me back to the campus to take my finals. So I missed all my finals at the academic probation. I had to sit out a semester. I came back to school, played intramural and stuff. Again, I played with a sorry team. So I was able to shine. Like I averaged like 20-something a game. We didn't win no championship or anything, but I was shining. So they called me Lil AI back on campus and this and that. Then, like my college career, I went for summer school, etc. They were sending my papers back home, and nobody told me that my papers were there, so I wasn't able to re-enlist. And go back to school. I was gonna have to sit out another semester because I didn't get my paperwork done, and so that was the end of my college. Like I was like, I can't sit out again, and so that's just and get to basketball, back to basketball, and how good was I? My goal, like I wanted to go to the pros and stuff, and like was I good enough to go to the NBA? No, I wasn't good enough to go to the NBA. Like I can admit that. And if I would have went to the pros, you know who my draft class would have been? LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh, and them. Like, that would have been probably my draft class. Like, from the stereotypical go to college 2 years or something as a smaller guard and then go to the league, it probably would have been like LeBron in draft class. And yeah, I was not that good. I never got ran off a court. I went against college competition and stuff. I've never been like just super outclassed. Like, I've always been able to hold my own. But like, I'm a little bitty dude. Like, I wish I would have had more fun with it back in the days. Maybe worked on my jumper more than I worked on my hops. Something that messed me up, like messed all of us up in my hood, is we always used to play like on 9-foot goals. We wanted to dunk and stuff. And then when we get to 10 foot, like, you got to lay it up. Like, you're not dunking in traffic. So that's the thing. Was I good enough to play? I could have played JUCO. I think I could have, without reasonable doubt, could have played JUCO. Or Division 3 the same as junior college or something? Like, I could have played Division 3, Division 2, maybe like a small Division 1 or something. I think I was that good, but I think there weren't enough people that believed in me. Like, there wasn't enough people that was saying I was good. Like, I come from a place that they kind of belittle you. It's just how we are. Like, we don't give each other props. Like, we just bash each other like, oh, nigga, you ain't shit. You ain't shit. That's how we say I love you. I forgot where I was at. The camera died a few times in this long ass story. But to wrap this up, like, things I regret, things wish I would have did different or whatever. I wish I would have moved away from my area, from my small ass area, and got more opportunities. I wish I would have enjoyed it more. Like, I love the game now. Maybe I wish I would have took a different mental approach to it and not put all my eggs in that basket. Just have fun, man. Just thinking like, man, you 5'6", you a little bitty nigga, man. Just have fun. They don't expect nothing from you. Just do your thing. Instead of thinking this was the end all be all and put so much pressure on myself. Like, just dreams of a young person. You know, we think the world is our oyster and we can do whatever we want. And I'm going to the pros and this and that, and putting too much on it. But if people from my area look at this video, I don't want to paint myself as like, I'm the coldest brother ever. And I don't want to give y'all, I don't want to, you know, people go back in their legend, man. I used to grab a quad off the backboard and make change and stuff. Like, I was decent. I was better than decent. Like, I was cold. But I was better on the street than I was in the gym. Like, so that's one thing. Yeah. I wish I had more clips and stuff to show y'all, like, when I was younger. Like, I got, like, something when I was, like, in my 20s dunking. Like, a few in my 30s before I stopped being able to. I'm going to try to be... I always say that, like, I'm going to get on my grind and try to dunk and stuff again. But, like, I never get to it the way I want to. It's like something always comes up, like, now I'm stuck in this hotel because they having renovations to the house. So I can't really do what I want as far as exercising and getting my legs strong and stuff. The reason why I stopped being able to dunk, my grandmother had a stroke, so I was stuck, like, watching her, and I wasn't able to go to the gym for, like, or go to the court and stuff for, like, months, and my legs just never recovered from that. Like, before that, like, I was in my 30s and my mid-30s, and I was still punching it and stuff, and I just never bounced back from that, man. And now I'm getting up in my upper 30s, so I can still get the rim easy, but I can't yank it like I want to. But hopefully, we'll see. We'll see when I get back home. I'm trying not to leave anything out. If you got any questions, man, y'all hit the comment section or whatever. But it's just a long ass story about my whole basketball life. So, like, if I die tomorrow, And like, I guess this is me closing this chapter, this void. Like that was what was left. It was a big void that was left whenever I got kicked off the team, because I didn't have closure as far as like me not being good enough to be first team all district or all state, or be able to get colleges not accepting me or something. It's like I didn't even get a chance to showcase myself, to know if I was good enough to get into a college for basketball or not. So there was always a big void that was just left in my soul, and it never left. It never left. That void been there for 20 years, and like, but I still love hoop. I love like helping people. I don't know about coaching or anything, but like one-on-one situations, like if a kid or something wants to ask me questions or anything and work on that instance, like I like stuff like that. But like I don't know about coaching the whole team or anything. But and like as far as hooping now, like I love it. I love to practice, but I don't really like to play. Cause I don't really like to play like, with people, because I don't like to rely on nobody else. Like if we play 21 or something, cool. But as far as like being on a team, and like you be on a team with some sorry people, and you know they always got the sorry dude that wants to shoot a million shots and stuff. Like I'm not built for that. Like I don't like to play ball anymore. Like I'll be 100. Like I love to practice. I don't like to play, cause I hate people, and I hate the way younger people play, and people be selfish and shoot shots and stuff that they shouldn't do, and yeah. So that's my relationship with basketball right now. But like, comment, subscribe, go be the greatest and most hated, man. I know this probably was long as hell, but peace.